Today I want to share a transformative vision casting process that has helped me develop clarity, purpose, and direction for my health and life. And I'm confident it can do the same for you. So if you'd like to start the new year strong, this is the video for you. By the end of the year, I'm usually tired and excited at the same time. Tired from December and excited about what I'll change in the year that is just around the corner. And that's where it usually stays, at excitement. Plans, as good as they are on paper, are difficult to follow through when I actually have to do them. What if there was a way that planning and sticking to the plans well into the year was possible? Now, this video is the answer. We will envision our perfect day 1 year from now, plan it and stick to that plan. And since our attention span is getting shorter and shorter, a 3-part series of this video will be best. Now, in this video, we will assess where we are in our life's journey and whether the road we are taking is the right one to take us to the desired destination. In the second part, we will use our imagination to predict the result of our current decision in, let's say, 5 to 10 years from now, if we don't change anything. And lastly, in video number 3, we will formulate a plan that will be designed especially for you. Something that will be easy and manageable to stick with, not just in January, but well into the year. Now, I will give you strategies, ideas, and share my own notes over the process. So you'll need a pen and paper or just a notes tab on your computer. But participation will be required. And if we haven't met before, hi, my name is Basswood. This channel focuses on health as our primary pillar that makes everything else possible. Now, I reset my health annually with a 3 to 6 week fast and then maintain that health as well as I can with healthy choices during the rest of the year. Now, the fasting I am an expert at since I have been doing it for the past 3 decades. But the maintaining of my health, not so much, and I am still learning as I go. And my goal for this channel is to teach you what I know about fasting and tell you about my latest health experiments so you can enjoy a fuller and more fulfilled life. All right, let's dive into the topic. Prepare your pen and paper, and because you'll have some writing to do. Now, to change your life, we will need to first know what is wrong and what we want to change. Now, to give you the broader picture, divide your everyday into pillars. Make the pillars broad terms like health, money, and so on. Now, I've divided my life into the following 6 pillars: health, self-care, family, relationships, money, and fun. Now, you can change, add to, or remove any pillar that isn't your focus point. But for the purpose of this video, let's stick with these. Now, think about these pillars for a second. If you could assess the current situation or satisfaction of each pillar, what would it be? Take health, for example. What is your nutrition like? Do you exercise? What are the habits that influence your health? Now, what are the stress levels like? We'll dive deeper into this pillar in just a moment, since it is the most important one, but we can't neglect the other 5. Now, when you're thinking about self-care, think about your body and your mind as a whole. What state is your body in? And what about your mind? What do you do to decompress, relieve stress, and relax? Do you walk, journal, maybe meditate? And what about your close family? What is your relationship like with your significant other, your children, or your parents? Is it healthy? Do you think you spend enough time with them? And what about your other relationships, your friends, co-workers, acquaintances? Do you spend your time around people who fill your energy bucket or empty it? Now, money makes the world go round, they say. Do you agree? What is your relationship with it? Do you have enough? Maybe too little? What would be enough? What are your plans to make more? And then something we all have too little of: fun. Do you have fun? Do you have experiences to make memories you'll cherish? Now, these are all valid questions to think about. However, I've put health on top for a reason. It is a foundation, the tectonic plate, if you will, that is keeping all of your other pillars standing. Because when our health is lacking, everything else is insignificant. So here are some questions you can ask to go deep into the health category. When you wake up, how do you feel? Are your joints stiff? Was your night restful? How are your energy levels during the day? Are they highest in the morning when you wake up, or maybe in the afternoon or evening? And how about your work days? Is your job filling or emptying your energy bucket? And if it is emptying it, try digging a little deeper and think about your typical work day. Is it stressful? And are you dealing with that stress, or do you just let it pile up inside of you? Do you dread Sunday night just thinking about Monday morning? And how about your eating habits? Are your meals planned ahead of time, thinking about the food as your energy source for your body and brain to function optimally, or you are dreading that mid-afternoon crash? And when you come home, what do your afternoons look like? Are you playing with kids, going on walks, and sharing your home-cooked evening meals together? Exchanging stories about your day? Or do you collapse into your couch, turn on the TV, and you just wish you could erase the entire day? And what about your evenings? Are they peaceful, slowly winding down for the day with reading or journaling? Or are you still running around after your kids, finishing the project, and going to bed late into the night? Now, think about your day and be brutally honest about it. Then do the same for the rest of the pillars. You've just been hired to improve your life, and you need to see the current data before you decide on the correct procedure to changing it. Now, go shopping for a brand new notebook if you think it will make a difference, or just start brainstorming on a new empty Notion page. Just keep in mind to be patient. This takes time, and you might remember things throughout the week as you go about your day. Now, don't leave anything out. All data is important. It will give you the foundation to work on. Now, when you're finished, grade each pillar from 1 to 10 of how satisfied you are with the current situation. And when you have all the data, you will be able to do the visual presentation of your life. Now take a blank piece of paper and draw 10 circles. Divide that 10 circles one inside of the other. Divide it into 6 equal parts. Mark each part with the name of each pillar, so health, self-care, family, relationship, money, and fun, and then number each circle, representing 10% or 1 point. Now this is your map. Now color the percentages for each pillar. Since so many of us are visual types, this will drive your desire to change. Now, as I said in the beginning, I will be doing this exercise along with you. And I was pondering on the questions, digging deep, and truthfully, I didn't expect my current situation was in such a bad shape. My mornings are my weak point of the day. Now, I still remember when I could wake up around 4 o'clock in the morning and I had a whole 2 hours for myself to write, to make plans, or simply enjoy the silence of the day. Now, these days, I get up with the alarm clock about 10 to 6, deliberating if I could drag it out a bit. And then I start flexing my fingers and my toes, and I find that they are usually swollen. So my wedding ring is on my bedside table at night when I go to bed. And then my neck hurts, my back hurts, and I need at least 5 minutes of stretching so I can walk straight. Then my work days. Now, there are not enough pages in my notebook or time on this video to describe my work days. However, the short version is this: I don't like what I do. My brain cells are slowly withering away because they are not stimulated enough. But my stress levels are not as high as they were a few years ago on my previous position. Now, I'm not exactly dreading my Sunday nights, but I'm not looking forward of them either. If I could put a grade on it, I would say 4 out of 10 of my work. Now, my eating habits are shifting so much these days that I hardly know what to focus on, because I am learning a lot about nutrition and what is supposed to be the best form of nutrition for me at my ripe age of 46. And I am currently following the time restricted feeding, which means that I start eating in the morning around 8 or 9 if I can, and finish in the afternoon around 4 or 5. Now, I'm still adjusting, but so far I seem to have more energy for work as before when I started eating around 11 or noon. And I usually take my lunch with me so to make sure that I eat properly. But there are times that I find myself ordering in since I would like something hot to eat. And there are only so many meals that I can cook in the morning and take with me before they get old and I get tired of them. Now, my home life is not something I could boast about at the moment. I lack energy when I come home and spend the next hour in the kitchen cooking. And there is this constant battle with my taxi service when my husband and I take turns driving the kids to and from their practice. Now, homework is another painful point that I wouldn't like to get into right now. Let's just say it's a struggle. So yes, sometimes I'd like to collapse into the sofa and binge watch the old Bridgerton series, but that's usually not an option. And lastly, my evenings. They are not as peaceful as I would like. Although I am able to go to bed at around 9 in the evening, and let's say reading for 20 minutes, but after the day exerting my eyes at the computer screens, it is difficult without my glasses. Now, journaling is something I rarely do nowadays, and I confess that I miss it. My self-care routine is somewhere on the level of my health. Now, I walk and try to decompress daily, but I'm not anywhere near perfection. So I give it around a generous 7 points. My family pillar, as I said, is where I have been focusing most of my energy for the past 10 years. And I can say that it shows. I am happy where we are as a family, and I grade it 9 points. Now, I'm not saying that I lack energy and it is difficult to function in the afternoon, but my family life overall is really, I'm satisfied with it. Now, it's not a 10 since there is always room for improvement, but a solid 9. And the rest of my relationships are very poor. Now, I don't designate my time for people outside of my immediate family, and it shows. It actually shows on the 2 pillars. This also affects the fun pillar. There is an enormous room for improvement on these 2 pillars, and the scores are 3 for relationships and 4 for fun. And then there is money and career. Now, I don't have a particular relationship with money. I would be happy to have more of it, but just to be free from my work and to be able to focus on projects I enjoy and love, like this channel. So I don't see myself striving for a career at my work because it drains my energy instead of lifting it. So this pillar is a solid 7, only because of this channel, because this channel is something that gives me energy right now. Now, I have played around with Canva and I have made the circles so you can download the PDF to see the circles and to color them yourself, so you will not have to draw it yourself. And this is how I colored my pillars. As you can see, the health is quite big, but the other ones are not as I would like to see them. So yeah, that's it. This is the overview of my current day. It's not ideal and there is a lot of room for improvement. And this is where I will end this video. I don't want to overwhelm you. Take your time and do this exercise with me. The more you focus on your current day, the easier the next assignment will be. So carve up some time this evening, light a candle, prepare a cup of your favorite tea, and put on some calm Christmas music. Then start writing. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be real. Now, I admit, I didn't like some of the thoughts that were accompanying my brainstorming. Some were discouraging, some were of disappointment that I could have tried harder, and some were downright hostile. But don't give in. This is the first step toward a brighter future. Now, I'd love to hear what pillars have strong foundations for you and what you are struggling with. Now, leave a note in the comments, and if you have another pillar I left out, feel free to mention it. Maybe others will add it to their circle. And if you're watching this video later in the year, you can go ahead and watch the second part of the video series. But for the rest of you who will be following along with me, until next time.